Good afternoon. It's April 26th, 2023, and today we're looking at mostly a range day, but it turned out to be a downtrend day. It looks like perhaps we're trying to hit this measured move of the overnight highs and lows. Let me dim this. So we've had a break of this downward channel, a convincing break, I should say, and a couple legs down to a new low. So, perhaps prices will reverse, but it's a strong downward move right now. So let's take a look at these trades. 5 o'clock comes in, yeah, right about here. Perhaps you take this second entry short. The signal bar is not great though, and at that point it kind of looked like we might be in a range. However, perhaps you looked at this move down and we're expecting us to make a new low, and there's reason to believe that, but it looked like we might be trying to reverse too, and it looked like it could have just been a range. You see prices were ranging up here, so maybe there's prices responding to this midline. So I just wasn't convinced that we were in a downtrend, and it looks like this trend did play out. You see an overshoot leads to a break, some sideways stuff, move to a new low before it goes up a little bit. So yeah, we get this break and you get a strong move down and a first entry, failed second entry that fails, trapping a lot of people. But you can see all these dojis, so you want to stay out there. But I mean, really, the reason I would stay out is because I would be playing this like we're trying to go higher. But that doesn't turn out to be the case. And another thing is we get funky around these midlines a lot, and that's what's going on here. You do get a first entry, failed second entry long right here, that you might consider, just because this one looks like it's off of a trend channel. It is off of a trend channel, whereas this one, it's not off of a trend channel. And indeed, you can see it looks like we have a break and move to a new low. So that's why you might like this one over this one. We just go sideways. You get a scalp there, 4 ticks. I don't think any more than that. And then we get a break of this channel, couple legs up, and then a move to a new low. And then we just start going sideways. And this looks like a range. So when we get this double test, that's also a second entry long with room back to the EMA, you might consider that. And you get a higher low right here with a nice signal bar. So you might consider that one too. Then we just go sideways and we can't go higher really, so prices drop. And this one, I like this failure, even though you wouldn't have had this trend channel drawn yet. It looks like a double test. Okay, it looks like a double test and a failure, and it looks like a leg down and 2 legs of correction. Small, low risk signal bar, 5 ticks. I like that one. And you can see a lot of people like that. We get a break of this channel, move to a new low before prices reverse, and we form a level of support near the overnight lows. And you get this triple bottom right here, this micro triple bottom. It tests it here, goes a little bit lower, and then tests it again. And this looks like you're entering at the bottom of a range. It's a third entry, so it's not a great entry, but it's something you might consider. And then you might consider this higher low, because this looks like we're in a downtrend or in a move down. Whereas here, it looks like we have a break of that move down. And that turns out to be the case. And then we get confirmation of this channel right here This is a better confirmation, and it's a reverse, failed second entry short. Not really a reversal. The reversal probably would have happened in here. Failed second entry short. Plenty of people like that one, and it's understandable why. You actually would have had to go long above this bar. We trend up, test the highs of this channel before correcting, and you know, we get this. Okay, this is, I marked this one blue. You get this first entry, second entry, high or low. Why did I mark that one green? I'm not sure. And then I like this one on the failed second entry short. I mean, it's just congestive here. And you're at the midline of the overnights. And probably I was looking at this channel, and you can see we get the, you know, the break, 2 legs of correction, and then a move to a new low. So you got to be careful. But this really looked good, and if you're going for 4 ticks because the ATR was below 2, you would have gotten a scalp out of it. And there's room to these highs, and that's what you have to be aware of. So look at that, right at the closes of these bars, that's where we turn down. And that's just stuff that happens all the time. So we're due for a new high on this channel, and you get a first entry, actually a first entry, second entry long, room to these highs. I mean, really, I just figured we would make a new high, and that's pretty much what we did before reversing. And you get this first entry, failed second entry. It looks like a breakout pullback. This channel is now played out, so very low risk. So I like this. Not the greatest setup. Should I have marked it green? Possibly, but I like it. So that's a pretty good move down. You actually get a second entry right here, but that's very congestive. I don't think you want to take that. And then you come down here, make a new low, first entry, second entry short. Really confirmation of the trend channel is here, but this is where you would really have confidence. Plenty of people like that one. Nothing in here. And we get this slight overshoot, and prices just ride the lows of this channel for a little bit. It's a spike in channel. So maybe you give that some consideration. But I don't think you want to take anything in there. You get this first entry, second entry. I marked it green because we have a break of the trend channel, but I mean, looks to me like we have a break and a move to a new high, and that's such a low risk bar. You might want to take that. What is that? 4 ticks. And we come down here, and you get what looks like a second entry. Not a great setup, but it is off that key entry point. And this is a pretty strong move down, so you might consider it. Probably trapped a bunch of shorts and a bunch of people taking profits from that trade, probably right here. And we've been going sideways, and I don't think you want to take any of this. Maybe you consider this one, but not after all this has played out, these channels. So that's how I saw it today, about 12 minutes till market close. I hope everyone had a great day, and I'll be back tomorrow.